Mitsubishi has a plan to break out of its current austerity mode, during which the brand's occasional sparks of edgy design and performance-oriented engineering have remained in a deep slumber. The 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is the first fruit of that effort, and it is intended to signal a course correction toward a more compelling lineup. Mitsubishi has a plan to break out of its current austerity mode, during which the brand's occasional sparks of edgy design and performance-oriented engineering have remained in a deep slumber. The 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is the first fruit of that effort, and it is intended to signal a course correction toward a more compelling lineup. Don't let the splashy aesthetics or the fact that Mitsubishi is using the nameplate from its former coupe lead you too far astray, however. There is no sports car gravitas to the Eclipse Cross, which Mitsubishi says is focused on styling and technology. According to Nathan Berg, Senior Product Manager for Mitsubishi Motors North America, the project was inspired by a desire to bring vehicles in the mold of the BMW X4 to the realm of mainstream crossovers. The Eclipse Cross really appeals to a much different mindset than the two Outlander models, somebody who wants a vehicle that really looks good before anything else, he explained. The Eclipse Cross is a mashup of the front-end appearance of the brand's other compact crossovers and an entirely different design at the rear, one that looks more athletic and rakish from some angles yet busier from others. Inside, the dash has a bisected, cockpit-style layout with a lot of bright-work. The driver interface has two features of special note. Top trim levels include a head-up display that tucks away when it is not being used, and the infotainment system in all but the base S includes a 7.0-inch tablet-like display that sits atop the dash. The latter supports both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and will feel instantly intuitive to all but the most steadfast Luddites, although it lacks a simple volume knob. What won't feel as straightforward is the touchpad used to control the system that has set into the center console. It combines attributes of Lexus' trackpad and Audi's MMI system. Less exciting than the styling but perhaps more important is the new turbocharged 1.5-liter inline-4 under the hood. Part of a new engine family, it makes 152 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute and 184 pounds-to-foot of torque from 2,000 to 3,500 revolutions per minute. The Euro-spec Eclipse Cross we drove over the summer had 9 more horsepower but the same torque figure. It has happy on a diet of regular unleaded, although EPA fuel economy ratings are not yet available. The engine is smooth and sounds pleasant, pulling without complaint from about 1,500 revolutions per minute and really coming to life by 2,500 RPM, although it is pointless to rev it past 5,000, where the power trails off. The engine redlines at 6,000 revolutions per minute. Moving the shift lever over to the left into its manual gate gives the ability to lock in one of 8 preset ratios, allowing you to keep the turbo on boil and deliver on forced induction as promise as a substitution for a larger, naturally aspirated engine. But left to its own devices, the continuously variable automatic transmission, CVT, mutes the engine's sharpness and torque rather than showcasing them. It has less of a bummer and relaxed city cruising, so long as you don't mind the accompanying slurge revs. An Eco Mode button further softens accelerator inputs and amplifies the CVT's unease in any attempt to keep up with speedier traffic. Freeway driving brings out a restlessness in the transmission, as it raises the revs far higher than necessary when gently adding speed and hunts around with its ratio choices on slight uphill grades. Interestingly, Mitsubishi fits big, satisfying shift paddles worthy of a sports car on the Eclipse Cross's steering column, where they should be. Yank the left one entering a tight hairpin turn and the revs rise lazily, yet there's not much forward thrust when you get back on the accelerator. Mass may be part of the problem. Mitsubishi's stated weight for a fully loaded Eclipse Cross cell of 3516 pounds is nearly 250 pounds heavier than the last Outlander Sport we tested, a 2.0 AWD model. So, we're not expecting this model to lop much if anything from that vehicle's 9.5 second 0 to 60 mph time. Happily, the Eclipse Cross tracks exceptionally well and has precise steering. That is perhaps an outgrowth of the work Mitsubishi has done to give this model more body stiffness and rigidity than it did for the Outlander Sport. but the compliant suspension and the limited grip from the 18-inch Bridgestone Ecopia low rolling resistance rubber, the tire for all but base S models, which get 16-inch Falcons, combine to make this crossover feel less than spry when chucked hard into corners. All versions of the Eclipse Cross, save for the base S, come standard with an all-wheel drive system that Mitsubishi calls Super All-Wheel Control, SAWC. As in the Outlander and the Outlander Sport, this system uses an electronically controlled viscous center differential to modulate the flow of torque between the front and rear axles. The Eclipse Cross has open differentials front and rear like the Outlander Sport, but it adds more sophisticated software that uses the brakes to control torque flow between the left and right wheels. The Outlander, however, has a more nuanced system that also finesses torque delivery between the front wheels without requiring the brakes, instead using a second clutch pack. The all-wheel drive and stability control systems in the Eclipse Cross also have gravel and snow modes, and ground clearance on AWD models is a generous 8.5 inches, but off-roading isn't intended to be a core competency.